This is the solution for exercise 5.1, 5.2, question 17. We are told here that there are blocks of land which are being sold in the first, the second, and the third month, and we are also told that it forms an arithmetic sequence. So this is a big clue that's already been given to us here and will help us to solve this question. So let's try part A. We are asked to show that the common difference for the sequence is 5. So let's write down all the information which is given to us. We know that the sequence is 100 in the first month, 105 in the second, 110 in the next. This here is T1, that's T2, and that's T3, the first three terms which are given to us. We are asked to show the common difference. So we know from an arithmetic sequence that D, the common difference, is equal to the Tn plus 1 term minus the Tnth term. So we can take any of these values to fit into this equation. We can take T2, that's Tn plus 1, minus T1, which would be Tn, or we can take T3 minus T2. So we're going to pick T2 and T1. And if we fit in these two terms, we should be able to get 105 minus 100. Those are two terms in the sequence. And of course, you will show that D equals to 5. And that's something that you can prove. No problem there. In the next question, we're asked how many blocks of land were sold in the 6th month of land sales. So we are actually asked to find the 6th term here. But before we do that, let's first write out what our general rule is going to be. So that's Tn for an arithmetic sequence is going to be A plus n minus 1 times D. Now we know what these terms are, A and D. We know that A here is the first term, so that's 100, and then we have plus and minus 1, and D here is our common difference we've just found out as 5, so we're going to put that down as well. Now we're going to break everything out of those brackets, and that gives us this. Let's simplify. That gives us 95 plus 5n. Okay, so that's the simple part. Let's now solve for the 6th month of land sales. So this is going to be T6, and we can fit in n now, which is equal to 6, and that gives us 95 plus 30, which is 125. So you're basically saying that 125 blocks of land were sold in the 6th month of land sales. Okay, let's try C now. How many more blocks of land were sold in the 10th month than in the 8th month? Now this is the keyword, than in the 8th month. Than basically tells you that you're comparing the blocks of land which were sold in the 10th month with that sold in the 8th month, and then we're finding and comparing the difference between these two months. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the 10th term and the 8th term, and then we're going to find the difference between the two. So let's get it down here. So we are going to find part C now, find the 10th term. We know what the general rule here is. This is our general rule, right? So I'm going to write this down. This is actually Tn. So T10 is going to be 95 plus 5 times 10, and that's going to give you 145. Solve for T8 as well. This is going to be the blocks of land sold during the 8th month. Same thing, 95 plus 5 times 8, and that's going to give you 135. As you can clearly see, the difference is easy to solve. It's T10 minus T8. That's 145 minus 135, and that gives you 10. So that is, this 10 here represents the increase in the blocks of land which were sold between the 10th month and the 8th month. Let's move on to part D. How many blocks of land were sold in total in the first 12 months? Okay, so they're asking us for the total now, which is different from the term. So we're going to change our equation slightly. Since they want us to find the total, we're going to use the sum equation. And the sum equation is Sn equals to, for the arithmetic sequence, it's going to be n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Let's key in everything that we know. So 2a, a is 100, we've seen this just now, n minus 1, and d is of course our common difference of 5. So let's simplify. We have here 12 over 2, that's 200, plus 5n minus 5, and if we solve for this, we're going to get 6 times 195 plus 5n. So we want to solve now for the total of 12 months. So that's going to be S12. Oh, by the way, sorry, that's a 6 here. Okay, and this is going to be 6 times 195 plus 5 times 12. And if you solve for this, you're going to get 1,530. So this is the total amount of blocks of land that we're going to be selling in 12 months, in total, all the way through. If we add up term 1, term 2, term 3, all the way to term 12, we're going to get 1,530 blocks of land sold in total. And that's how we do question 17.